Right, so these are EpiPens, and I wanted to talk a little bit today about use of the EpiPen. So if you have trained on a trainer, you can see this is the trainer. This is a real one. And if someone has a prescription for an EpiPen or an epinephrine delivery device, here's another one. They should have two on them because God forbid one fails, you lose one, or you use it correctly and the medication doesn't work. That's why people who have severe allergies, also known as anaphylaxis, should have two on them at all times, as well as their emergency action plan, an emergency bag that may contain other medications such as inhalers or nebulizers or Benadryl. They may also have these really great emergency cards that detail their allergy and then has this in different languages available. So these are great little cards. And again, anyone who has an allergy should have an emergency go bag with all of this information in it. So here is a newer model. This is called the Auvi-Q. And here's how you
This trainer contains no needle or drug and is for training purposes only. Do not use this trainer during an allergic emergency. If you are ready to use, pull red safety guard down and off of this trainer. Place black end against it. This trainer may be reused for training purposes. Replace the red safety guard and gray outer case.
So that's really great. So it does detail where to inject it, which is the outer thigh, also known as the vastus lateralis. Same thing for EpiPens. There are slightly different models, but once you know all about one model, you can kind of apply it to all of them. So the real deal, this is a real one. It has this outer plastic case, which actually is another layer that you should know to expect when you're going to give someone their shot. Blue to the sky, orange to the thigh is a great little mnemonic. And you have to know that this cap does come off. So you want to make sure you pull it straight out and up. And you want to position it over the vastus lateralis so that it's at a 90-degree angle. And you want to make sure to deliver all of the medication. 1, 1000, 2, 1000, 3, 1000. So this device says 3 seconds, but I have seen up to 10 seconds. So just make sure you're holding it for the proper time. The key is you want all the medication, the epinephrine, in here delivered to the individual. Why? Because anaphylaxis is a severe allergic reaction, which can be to peanuts, it can be to shrimp, it can be to cosmetics, all these different types of things. So whatever the trigger is, if they have swelling in their mouth or throat area, hives in this area, their lips are swollen, anything that potentially indicates that their airway could also close up, could swell and close, and they can't get air in. So that's what we're trying to avoid with this. So you want to make sure to give it correctly because it can save someone's life. Now, epinephrine is a very strong medication, and anytime anyone gets epinephrine, you need to go to the ER or the hospital. In fact, it's so strong, it's very vasodilating, so that it's so strong if you accidentally injected your thumb, which is not out of the range, the range of something that could happen. I think it has happened. You could lose that thumb because the blood vessels are all closing up. So that's one of the systemic effects of the epinephrine in here. So they do have to go to the hospital once this is used. They do have to have two devices on them. Whatever device they have to have two in case one fails or doesn't work or it breaks, whatever. It's life-saving medication. Always call 911 when it's given. Some other things include if they're wearing cargo pants or fireman pants, you might want to take those off really quickly. These pens are manufactured to go right through pants, but that's not always the case, right? You want to make sure you're getting it in the muscle. This is designed to get right into the vastus lateralis, the large outside muscle on the quadricep, and deliver the medication into the muscle. So the individual may have an emergency action bag with instructions, with other medications in there. Be aware of that and know what you're looking for when you open that bag. Everybody should be trained on how to use these, and if a child is in need, how to deliver these, as well as know all of these steps